New Century completes the lineup. And they're off, racing away. 1 mile ahead of them in the Bet365 Craven Stakes. And well into stride in the centre is Benevento in the violet jacket. More towards the running rail is the Waco Kid in the turquoise. Between horses then is the Watcher, yellow with the black spots. A little wider from those is Wimbledon Hawkeye. Then New Century in the claret. Tucking in behind their Field of Gold. Opera Ballet's very keen to the outside there in the white cap. Just about last of all is Aomori City. New Century just dropping back a little as they continue up towards halfway soon. With the lead, the Waco Kid by a length over Benevento. Third to the inside, Motori Bay. Then the Watcher and Wimbledon Hawkeye. New Century wider. Right in behind is Field of Gold, the grey. Tucked in against the inside. The Godolphin pair towards the back with the white cap. Opera Ballet is second to last, and the overall trailer is Aomori City. Racing up through halfway then, the Waco Kid and Tom Marquand show the way by a half a length over Benevento in second, with Wimbledon Hawkeye back in third. New Century's next in fourth. Then towards the running rail is Motori Bay. The Watcher is with him. Aomori City making ground towards the outside, been followed there by, on the outer, Opera Ballet. Then Field of Gold is looking for that way through inside the final quarter mile. The Waco Kid drops away. Wimbledon Hawkeye has just about hit the front. Quickly though, challenged by Aomori City. New Century's behind those. Field of Gold trying to pick his way through. Benevento fighting on against the running rail. Wimbledon Hawkeye lugging out towards the centre. And here goes Field of Gold meeting the rising ground. And he's found a couple of lengths on them. And he's going to win the Craven going away. Nice effort from Field of Gold. Field of Gold won the Craven, beating Wimbledon Hawkeye, Aomori City. Then Benevento, New Century clear from Opera Ballet, the Waco Kid, Motori Bay and the Watcher.
Have we just seen John Gosden's first 2,000 guineas winner? That was really impressive, really impressive. Field of Gold locked up, nowhere to go. Kieran Shoemark, super cool, super confident, got the gap, streaked away. And look at the form as well. Second is Wimbledon Hawkeye, third Aomori City, 4 Benevento, 5 New Century, second, third, fifth, all with proper stakes winning juvenile form. And Field of Gold has brushed them aside imperiously. Another Juddmonte Classic contender to add to Cosmic Year and Jonquil in this division, and all their nice horses in the 1,000 guineas division, like Zanzoon and Red Letter. Wow, they are loaded, and the Gosdens, John and Thady, have got a good one. And Kieran Shoemark wins both classic trials here on the Rowley Mile. Clarehaven is a little further forward than often it is at this time of year.
Well, Juddmonte continue in a fine vein of form, in dreamland really. Barry Mahon, again next to me in the winner's enclosure here after Field of Gold, has monstered the Craven Field in a really impressive way. You must be feeling excited there.
Yeah, definitely. Look, he's always been an exciting horse. We knew last year that he was very, very talented, and he was a big frame, so we felt that he was going to be a better 3-year-old, and I think we've seen there today that he probably is. So it was an exciting performance.
Talk me through what you were thinking, because he was against the rail, he had a lot of horses around, and what were you thinking at that point?
Yeah, Kieran was very good in him. He stayed calm. He wasn't in a great position early when the way the horses came across to the rail, but he stayed nice and calm. He got him to the outside and got a bit of cover, and he quick and clear very easy. He said he couldn't believe himself how easy he was travelling, and he had so much horse under him. He was able to put him where he wanted. So he handled the track well, which is a plus for a big horse like him. He came down into the dip good. And all in a very, very good ride and a very good performance.
Now clearly you're going to have to spend some time thinking about it, but you've got this horse who's just proven himself over the course and distance of for the Guineas. You've got Jonquil, who was so impressive in the green. You've got Cosmic Year, who still is very exciting. What are your initial raw thoughts?
Look, as you said there, it's probably a big plus that this horse is, he's shown that he's handled Newmarket. Jonquil hasn't been here. Cosmic Year had a gallop here at the back end of last year, and he handled the track well. But I think we'll sit down in a week's time with the owners. We'll see what the ground is going to be, and we'll see what the owners want to do. That's most important. So, but it's definitely a big plus that this horse has been here today and has done, put in a performance like that.
How many could you run at Newmarket?
I'd like to think we probably wouldn't run more than 2. Look, you've Ireland and you've France, and there is more than one Guinea. So if the races pan out and we can separate them, we will do so. But I'm sure that there wouldn't be a fay with running 2.
This horse could provide John Gosden with his first 2,000 guineas win as well. That would be something, wouldn't it?
It'd be exciting. We came so painstakingly close with Kingman. And as John just said there, Kingman got a little idle when he got to the front, and Kieran said this horse, when he gets to the front, he doesn't do a lot either. So there's a lot of similarities between them. So it would be special if this horse could get it done for him.
It really would be. It looks really, really exciting. It's been a brilliant start to your season. Thanks for chatting to us. Best of luck for the rest of it as well.
Thank you, lady. Thank you. Cheers.
Field of Gold has just been tremendously impressive in winning the Craven Stakes, trained, of course, by John and Thady Gosden. John, could this be your first 2,000 Guineas winner?
Well, I don't know about that. He came close with his father, who went 4 clear and thought he'd done enough and pulled up and got caught. But no, look, it'd be lovely if he's right there and has every chance in the Guineas. He's done nothing wrong in his trial today. I thought Kieran was clever because they brought the whole field across to the rail. And then, of course, suddenly you're in a position of being back in last with a wall of horses in front of you down near the rail. So between the 4 and the 3, he had enough horse to come through, out, look for the gap and make his run. So I think that was really a race-winning move. If he'd stayed in there, no chance, you never get through.
Absolutely, but it also says something about the ability of the horse, doesn't it? To do all of that and then come that far clear.
No, he said he had so much horse he could afford to lose that ground to get the clear run. If he was scrubbing it or not finding much, he wouldn't have been able to do it. But no, the horses improved greatly from 2 to 3. He got stuck in the mud last year. He was really too quick out the gate and went hard in that deep old ground in the Jean-Luc Lagardère. And look, today he's shown his class, and I think the drying out of the ground's helped. I mean, it's amazing, this track. You know, it's been chalk, it drains so well. Very soft yesterday, and today with the wind and the sun, it's what we call proper good racing ground.
And would you be worried about some cut in the ground for him now that he's older and more mature? Would he be more able to handle it now?
Oh yeah, I'm sure he'd handle it. He'd be that much stronger, he'd handle it. But this is what the kind of ground you like to see good racing on, because they can quicken, and that's what everyone enjoys seeing that.
And when you say you saw him do well over the winter from 2 to 3, what was it that he was showing you?
He's sort of not so much grown as filled out and strengthened. That's the whole point of that time from the end of the season. So he ran on October the 4th. So then they have that downtime and then plenty of trotting and build up and strength. And remember, they're growing. They're going from 2 to 3. They're growing, they're filling out, maturing. And a 3-year-old is still not a fully mature thoroughbred. So that sort of downtime is very important to the horses.
And how important was it for you and for him to get the experience of this track here ahead of the Guineas?
I think it's important, and you know, it's on good to firm. It's difficult, but I think it's important. You seem to handle it very well. It takes a very well balanced horse to come into that dip at full tilt, you know. And to that extent, you've seen many horses in balance catch a ridge awkwardly, and then they've lost their action and they'll lose their race. So he handled it well.
He did, and so you'll be only too aware that Judgments have got a very strong hand. You know, they've got Joncourt, they've got Cosmic Year, they've got this horse. You'd be very disappointed if your horse wasn't turning up here for the Guineas, wouldn't you?
Well, I will leave it up to the family to make the decisions they can do, whether they want one in one race, one in the other. My experience down the years, sometimes you're better going double-handed in a race and one elsewhere, you know. It's a nice decision to have to make. Let's hope the horses from both the trials, the Greenham and here, are in good order in 2 weeks' time for that decision to have to be made.
I mean, he must come here, John. After a performance like that, he must come here, surely.
Well, we'll see, but that's not my final decision, not my job.
Okay. Well, many congratulations, though. He's clearly a huge talent, and I hope we do see him here at the Guineas.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Field of Gold trying to pick his way through. Benevento fighting on against the running rail. Wimbledon Hawkeye lugging out towards the centre. And here goes Field of Gold meeting the rising ground. And he's found a couple of lengths on them. And he's going to win the Craven going away. Nice effort from Field of Gold. Field of Gold won the Craven, beating Wimbledon Hawkeye, Aomori City. Then Benevento needs entry clear from Opera Ballo, the Waco Kid, Matori Bay and the Watcher.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.